Hello, people. Welcome. Yes, welcome to tonight's show. I thought that music particularly appropriate because we're talking about the clowns. Right. Good evening, Brett. Good evening, Musings by Manifa. Thank you both so much for joining me tonight. Now, okay. Tonight, I didn't put much in the description tonight because this is an exploratory evening. Tonight we will explore to see what we can see. Hopefully we'll see. We'll definitely see something. We'll definitely see something. But yes, British politics in this time is most definitely a circus. It's a clown show. It's a competition between Mr. I have no personality, but you must stick to the rules, and Mr. I have no personality and they're going to kill me, so I'm going to do what they say. Yeah, so that is interesting because normally at least one party has a charismatic leader. Neither party have a charismatic leader, and they're both quite ridiculous. So tonight, let's see what new scandals can do with the Spirit having to, well, not Spirit, I mean the government. We can't blame this one on Spirit. This is not on Spirit. No, this is on us. This is on the British people for acting, well, I mean, for committing economic sanctions upon ourselves. Economic sanctions are supposed to be, a punishment inflicted on other governments for wrongdoing. The British people voted, and I include myself in this, to impose economic sanctions upon ourselves. So we don't need anyone to punish us. We can punish ourselves just fine. Oh dear. So let's have a look and see. There's been so many scandals. I mean, so many. And yet, no general election. What's that all about? I'm just here. I just live here. I don't make the rules. I just live here. Dear. For my American viewers, I'm sure you must be breathing a sigh of relief because you've already been through your time. Now it's the UK's time. Now it's our time. Oh my days. So, in case you're not aware, there have been a number of scandals to take place in the UK. We've had an ex-chancellor who forgot to pay his taxes to the tune of 3.7 million. It was a minor oversight. Yeah, you're right, Manifa. Life is full of conundrums, especially when you live in the UK in 2023. Then, before that, we had the Deputy Prime Minister who acts like a thug, for want of a better term. I mean, this is just allegedly, but there have been 24. It used to be, how many was it? It was about 7 or 8. And then recently, about a week ago, it turned into 24. 24 separate incidents and separate people have brought formal allegations against a man I like to call Rabid Rob. And before all that, there was Suella Braverman, a lady I like to call Cruella, who not only dreams about sending brown and black people to Rwanda, she doesn't just dream about that. She also is head of a department that has managed to misplace, or should I say, allow to be kidnapped over 200 refugee children. Yes, out of 4,000. In fact, I think the original figure was 480 something, but they found about 100 or so of them. But there's another 230 or something that they still can't find. Or is it 220? Something like that. Yes. Oh, the same Cruella who told a Holocaust victim, a Holocaust survivor, that her language about an invasion of foreigners was not intemperate and she was not going to take that back. Yes, the same Cruella. The same Cruella who, in fact, got into trouble for, breaking the ministerial code. You know, the code that Boris Johnson drew up. Because he is a paragon of ethics and truth. He's a paragon of truth and ethics and morality. Yes, yes, yes. Lovely, lovely Boris. Yes, wonderful Boris. He had parties at a time when the whole country was on lockdown and people couldn't even visit their dying relatives in hospital or actually go to their funerals or even hug each other in times of mourning. Like the Queen had to sit on her own when Prince Philip died. But Boris got to have parties. Yeah. And there was drinking and debauchery and vomit all up the wall and God knows what else. And the cleaners had to clean all that stuff up. Yes. And the rest of us were locked in our houses, sitting in our bathrobes, wondering if we'd ever manage to hug our loved ones ever again. But that's okay. That's okay. He dropped the ministerial code, and now, people have to abide by it, don't they? They have to abide by the ministerial code. Except that, for that particular code to work, well, you're going to have people of good character and integrity, just like Rishi promised us. Oh, Rishi, our savior. Anyway, so, oh yes, lest I forget, the same Rishi who came on TV, I think it was yesterday. No, it was at Prime Minister's question. He was on the Wednesday. And he said, in question to the very dull opposition leader, which is not necessarily a bad thing, the opposition leader asked about the economy and remarked how awful it was that people are getting poorer in the UK. And Rishi told him in no uncertain terms, what do you mean? People have been getting richer since 2010. In 2010, we did not have people forming food banks in their places of work. In 2010, we didn't have half the country out on strike. In 2010, NHS waiting times were something like you could expect an ambulance to come and pick you up in about 10 minutes or something like that. Maybe 20 at the max, but you could expect it to come. And if you were waiting in accident and emergency, you could expect to see a clinician within about 30 minutes. Now you have to camp out in A&E. Now you have to expect to wait at least 12 hours. If you have a heart attack or stroke, you can expect to wait, maybe a couple of hours for an ambulance. Hopefully you're still alive by then. But there you go. Oh, good evening, Tiffany Intuition. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. So tonight, I'm going to have a look, and I'd like to see where can we expect the scandals to come from next? And what kind of scandals are going to be? Are they going to be... I took notes. Right, so what will be the nature of the next scandal to hit the government? Will it be due to taxes? Will it be due to shady dealings? Bullying, perhaps? Sexual misconduct? Or gross negligence? So I'm having a look at the cards tonight to see. Okay. What will be the nature of the next government scandal? This one here. Just picking a card. Right, so that's one. And what will be the nature of the next? I'm going to pick one here. I'm sorry I'm not showing you the cards today, but I'm just going to do my thing. I've got to get a new camera, so to make this kind of stuff easier. The nature of the next government scandal. Oh, that looks like it's hiding. I'm going to pick that one. So that is 3 cards for the energy. Right. Oh, you know what? It's a big thing. So let's go for something. The energy. Where can we expect the next huge government scandal to come from? I'm going to go like that. And I'm going to go here. And that one is standing out to me straight away. So I'm going to pick that one. And I'm going to pick that one. No, actually, this one. I'm going to get this card here because it looks like it's hiding. And there's two of them stuck together. My. That one. And then I'm going to pick this one. This one? Or is it this one? No, it's that one. Okay, so right then. I know, but it is completely shameful. Completely shameful. We're supposed to be allegedly the fifth richest country in the world, and we have nurses going to food banks. We have teachers who are frightened to turn on the heating in the school, so the children have to freeze. We have hugely increased class sizes. It's ridiculous. So, what will be the nature of the next government scandal? What will be the nature of the next government scandal? Just doing my thing here. What will be the nature of the next government scandal? Okay, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna definitely pick that card. I'm gonna pick this one here. I'm gonna pick that one there. I'm gonna pick this one here. Okay, let me see. Nature of the next government scandal. What will it be? I'm still here shuffling. I think that one there. Okay. Okay. That one here, 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 here. How many cards have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to pick, no, that one right there at the bottom, or near the bottom. There, 10. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Right. Let's have a look-see. Servant. Servant. That's appropriate because they're supposed to be public servants. Light attribute. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Does that sound like any government you know? Shadow attribute. Using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. That's interesting. Sounds a bit more appropriate, don't you think? Except that we don't actually have a lack of money per se, although we do have very low GDP. The worst in any developed country, apparently. Worse than Russia. And they've got economic sanctions that they did not apply to themselves. Although I suppose going to war with Ukraine might cover it. Hero, heroine. I don't know if you can see that. This candle is showing real bright. Right, so let's have a look. The passion for a journey of personal empowerment. That is the light attribute of the hero, heroine. The shadow attribute, escapism and a false sense of heroism. Well, to be fair, they do seem to be living in their own personal realities rather than, well, objective reality. So yes, there does seem to be an element of delusion. And you know, the villain is the hero of his own story. So, and the last one we have Child Divine. I think this card came up recently again before. The light attributes is innocence, purity, and redemption. suggest a special connection with the divine, shadow attribute, and an ability to defend oneself against negative forces. Okay, public servants thinking they're heroes and being vulnerable to their own stupidity. I don't know. Am I being harsh? I don't know. Okay, so first, protection. Protection. All right, so I said, what will be the next scandal to come out? The next scandal to come out. Protection. Well, of course, they want to protect themselves against scandal. Next one, focus. This is interesting. Enlightenment. So, the first, okay, what I'm getting here is, and I think it should be quite obvious, but I'm going to say anyway. The first, okay, the first urge for the government when faced with scandals, any government, not just this one, is a matter of protection. They want to protect themselves. Their focus, but the focus is on the scandal. The focus is on the bad behavior. I feel like saying that whatever this next scandal is, the first reaction will be, oh, we didn't know anything about it. We are as surprised as you are. We are shocked at this. And like they're waiting for more information to come out. That's what I feel. I feel like saying that when it happens, they're going to have there's always 3 stages to these things, or at least 3 stages. So the first stage is protection. But when it hits the media, obviously the media are going to be focused on it. But I do feel that there's going to be an enlightenment, that something is going to penetrate. And what I feel will be penetrate is something similar, but not as prolonged as what happened with Zippy. The penist, and you know who other watchers know when I say Zippy, I'm talking about Nadeem Tahawi. He zips it when he should open the zip and speak, and when he shouldn't speak, he opens the zip and he says something. And yeah, so you know, he's zippy, but he doesn't know when to pull the zip and when to open it. But anyway, so what I want to say is I think that the next scandal may show a learning of lessons, inasmuch that they'll realize they can't keep on holding on to people who've been exposed for such bad behavior. Although Cruella Braverman, she managed to hold on to her position because she got sacked, and then 6 days later she got rehired. But Rishi said that was because she showed contrition in her resignation letter, because she was a national security risk. and she had, you know, handled national security issues in a very negligent manner, which what got her into trouble the first time. But hey, so whoever this is, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna feel like, I feel like saying that they are not going to let this thing hang around, whoever it is. Okay. Lizzie's come back up. Yeah, an older issue. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, an older issue. But this is interesting. Lizzie has arrived. This was my Liz Truss card. The Queen of Spears, even though apparently she's a Leo. Is she a Leo? I think she might be a Leo. Yeah, I think she's a Leo. Anyway, she comes up as my Queen of Spears, and that's interesting because she's trying to make a comeback. Yeah, it could be an older issue, as you said, Brett. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it could be an older issue. Let's have a look, see. Okay. So what am I getting here? Yeah, this is Liz Truss. This is Liz Truss. Crossed by loss. So this is past leaders crossed by loss. Okay, so the losses of past leaders. The losses of past leaders. Okay, the failures of past leaders. That's it. The failures of past leaders. And the crap offers that they think they've made. We will save you. Save yourself. Save the party. You're not capable of saving the country. So that's what's at the base of the reading. I want to say, in fact, I'll go so far as to say the hero or heroine, heroism gone wrong, is at the base of the reading. That's your Knight of Cups. Heroism gone wrong. We will save you, but we can't see where we're going. In the past, from money. Why is Liz coming up? Liz is coming up big time. Big time. What she did with the money. Do you know? I think, is it nearly 1 million households or more in this country? Nearly 1 million homeowners. I'm probably not even anywhere close to the reality of the number. But I think it might be about 1 million people whose cost for their mortgage has doubled since Lizzie's fiscal event. Crowning the reading is the Four of Cups. I always see the Four of Cups as the offer that nobody wants. It's like saying to somebody, let's say you've got a mint humbug in your pocket. It's been there so long that you don't even remember where you got the mint from. And part of the wrapper's kind of come off and it's covered in fluff. fluff from God knows where, and maybe tiny bits of tissue paper. And somebody takes it out their pocket and says, "Oh, would you like a mint? Here." You see that? You don't want to put that shit in your mouth. Who wants to have a mint that's so old that you don't even recognize the wrapping paper? Maybe it's from the 1990s. You don't know how long this mint's been sitting in this person's pocket, and it's covered in fluff, but they're offering it to you. Sorry, I can't help myself. I can't help myself. I mean, really, you don't want to eat that mint. And to be honest, when I look at the Four of Cups, that's what I think of. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what this Four of Cups is. Someone offering you a mint that's covered in, you don't know what kind of fluff. I mean, it might be pubic hair. You don't know. I mean, let's be honest. Liz Truss's fiscal event, the way the international markets reacted to it was like some old, dead, nasty, foul-looking mint covered in pubic hair. That's how they reacted to. That's how they reacted to the budget, the mini budget of Liz Truss. I'm cracking up here. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. Oh shit. Okay, excuse my language. Six of Cups. All right. So in the immediate future, we have people feeling nostalgic for the good old days. You know what? I did not expect to see this. This whole thing was a complete shock to me. I mean, I have to be honest, I was getting hints of Dominic Raab when I pulled out the energy cards. And, the whole situation maybe with some old issue. But, I did not expect to see Lizzie in this tarot reading. I did not expect to see her here. I'm shocked. This is not what I expected. Dear. Okay. So in the minds of everybody, in the minds of everyone, comes the rescuer, the other heroic figure of Jeremy, Mr. Hunt. Yes, he's the other heroic figure who's in everybody's mind. The man who always finds room to say no. Your feet are on fire. Would you like me to use this water and put it out? No! That's Jeremy Hunt. Oh, yes. So, on one hand, we have the one who came to rescue the country from Lizzie. We have Jeremy. He's come to the rescue. He's got fiscal diligence, holding on to the money. He's got that on his mind. So there is going to probably be, I think it's fair to say, something in regard to taxes, because Liz is trying to make a comeback. What planet she's on that she thinks that she can make a comeback, God only knows. But she's trying. So she's trying to make a comeback. And The Lizonomics, I didn't even know that there was a trust. What's the yes? A trusterism. Apparently, there's a trusterism faction of the Tory party. God only knows why, considering what she did to the country. But hey, whatever, man. There's a trusterism or a Lizzieism faction of the party, and they're talking about we want tax cuts, and Jeremy's like, no. So there's going to be a fight about tax cuts. This is going to be about taxes, I believe. And Jeremy, of course, is going to do what Jeremy does. The Queen of Cups, the environment. The environment. Ooh. Ooh. The environment is one of the desire for stability. I don't think that this is a queen who is particularly nurturing, particularly loving, but she does tend to have a secret. The thing about the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Cups is the only cup that's usually in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the only cup where the Queen's holding the cup and the cup's got a lid on it. And you just think this woman's holding all kinds of secrets. If she lifts the lid on that cup, God knows what's going to come out. In this deck, the cup is in a bush. The cup is in a bush and she's sitting by the stump of what looks like to be a tree. And the cup is almost like it's in the bush or floating above the tree stump. Now I'm thinking. What's this one mean? Let me just check, because I like to check. Queen of Cups in this particular. Yeah, she's supposed to be really lovely and caring and oh, wonderful and very motherly and nurturing. But this is the environment. And I mean, we're talking about Tories. Being nurturing is not their it's not really their nature. A compassionate Tory, you'll say, I need help. And they'll say, oh, I'm so sorry, but I can't help you. You know, I need money, or I'm getting wet. Could I borrow an umbrella? You've got a stand full of umbrellas. No, that's terrible. I'm sorry you're getting wet. I'm not going to let you stand under my umbrella. And they'll move further away from you. That's, you know, so they're the opposite of nurturing. So what I would say in regards to the environment is, okay, I know what this is. This stems, okay, so we have here the drastic loss of money in the past, right? And then we have Lizzie here. Okay, that's Lizzie, crossed by a huge loss. The immediate future is the nostalgia. So what I want to say, because right next to it, under the environment, this is, I think, the 8th card. Under environment, we have Queen of Cups, which would normally be all loving and nurturing, but no, this is not loving and nurturing. I would say that this was more, this was more an environment of So there's hearkening to the past, nostalgia, wishing that things were back the way they were. This is more of an emotional, not hissy fit. It's not a hissy fit. If you want a hissy fit and someone getting hysterical, jumping up and down, screaming, a Queen of Wands is more likely to give you that. The Queen of Cups, I would say the environment is more one of feeling, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm in mourning. I'm in mourning. This is mourning. Mourning for what was. Mourning for what was. And trying to hark back to that. And that's the environment, the mourning for what was. Is she going to face the realization that her career is done? Is she going to face the realization? I mean, this King of Coins is like, hell no, you're not going to get tax cuts. This is not the time for tax cuts. People can rail and they can shout and they can try to bully Rishi. They're not, it's not going to work with Jeremy. Jeremy is just going to tell them all no. Thing is though, Jeremy's already got problems when it comes to the nation's purse strings because he's got all these strikers saying that they need money. I don't know if he's yet really ready and willing to face the facts that he might actually have to pay these people. But if he is, if he's even contemplating it for a second, there is no way he's going to give them the tax cuts. Let's have a look. Hopes and fears, heartbreak. This is heartbreak for Liz. Heartbreak. She's going to try a thing and it's going to blow up in her face. You know, it's under my hopes and fears, but I want to say that Liz is at the center of this reading. Liz is at the center of this reading. This is all about Lizzie. And as it's all about Lizzie and her trying to come back, heartbreak. The final card, Four of Coins. I said it before, I say it again. Jeremy is the man who, if his feet are on fire and he says, you say to him, Jeremy, you can give me some money and I'll put out the flames on your feet. He'll say, no, let them burn. So, in conclusion, I think it's going to be about Lizzie. I think Lizzie's going to try a thing and it's going to blow up in her face again. Queen of Coins. This is, yeah, I mean, come on now. Six of Coins. Loans and debts. Okay, so Queen of Coins. Financial stability. Financial stability. Okay. Stable organization. Stable nation. Loans and debts. Yes, there's debts. Oh, financial generosity. Good evening, Lisa D. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Ooh. Moving on to smoother waters. Okay, let's see. What is this? Financial stability. This is not a person. This is not a person. Loans and debts. Generosity. I would not accuse this government of being generous. I'd say that they are, yeah. You know what? This is more of a give a little to get a little situation. Hmm. But what's he going to give? What's he going to give so he can move this on? So he can move on from this, from these rich, incredibly wealthy 1%ers asking for tax cuts. What's he going to give? What's he going to give? Stability. Does this mean that he's, because now this is all about Jeremy. Now this is all about Jeremy. Stability. He's going to give something so he can move on to smoother, calmer waters. Stability. And then we have here again. We have here the slow, steady knight who's responsible, reliable. He's moving forward in a stable, kind of sensible manner. The slow and steady knight. Okay. I want to say, I believe from looking at these cards, he's going to give some money and people are going to get their wish. Yeah. He's going to give some money and people are going to get their wish. And yes, that's how he's going to get out of hot water. So instead of giving the money to the already rich people, I think that there's going to be some kind of pay offer on the deal for some of the strikers. I've said so before and I'll say it again. Because it's an international embarrassment. It's an international embarrassment. So I think that's what's going to happen. But who's this King of Swords? And what does this King of Swords signify? I think the King of Swords in this particular situation probably signifies something along the lines of a logical, clear thinking, sensible way of going forward. So a clarity. I think I'm looking here at a clarity. A clarity. I think that's what that King of Swords signifies. A clarity. Someone who's logical and makes sense. Rational. Balanced judgment. Yeah, a clarity. Okay, so someone with a very clear mind will clarify and I don't think it's necessarily Jeremy Hunt. I just think it's a situation. But I think with a clear mind, he'll recognize that he has to make changes in order to get some kind of stability in the country. Now, the last three cards I have here, the King of Spears, the Hermit, and the Five of Swords. Now, to me, the Five of Swords signifies bullying. I'm going to say it's bullying in this particular situation because we're talking about scandals. So the Nine of Cups. Okay, let me first look here at the King of Spears. So we've got a desire for stability, financial stability. Okay. Okay, this King of Spears. This King of Spears is someone. This King of Spears is someone who's going to be isolated. Rob. It's Rob. It's Rob. Okay, so we dealt with Liz. We've dealt with Jeremy saying no. He's the king of no. But he changes his mind. He changes his mind and decides to be coolly rational and actually look at things and recognize that this instability cannot continue. Okay, so he does that. Make some people's wishes come true. The next thing I'm having here is the King of Spears becomes isolated. Bullying. This is Rob. This is Rob. What's Rob up to? Oh shit. They're gonna fuck over Rob. Pardon my language. Oh, good evening, Sylvester. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Rob's about to get fucked over. Pardon my language. I do apologize. I wouldn't say, when I say about, I'm not talking about tomorrow or next week, but Rob's got to go. Yeah, because look, man, this is a whole new thing now. Rob's gone. Rob is done so, mate. He's out. He's out. He's proper out. He's out. He's out. Yeah, that's Rob. Yeah. Let's see what's else happening there. Rob. Okay. Okay. They'll be working on new strategies. Recognizing. Yeah, working on new strategies. You know what I want to say about Rob? I don't even think he's going to stay on as Deputy Prime Minister. I don't even think he's going to stay on as Deputy Prime Minister. I knew that it was going to be a given that he was going to leave the Justice Department. But as Deputy Prime Minister, forget about it. He's done. He's done. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop there. So I just asked the question where the next scandal was going to come from. And now we've got like 3 different people just popped up in the reading. At least 2 of them I never even considered. Right? So I thought, well, Lizzie popped up, man. Lizzie popped up. Oh, thank you, Sylvester. Yeah, Lizzie popped up. Yeah, I didn't expect to see her face again. So yeah, first there's going to be something about Lizzie, and it's going to become more of an issue, and she's going to get her heart broken, man. All the Lizonomics or Trussonomics faction of the Tories, they're just going to get dissed big time, because Jeremy's just going to say no. The people who'll say yes to are the people who he needs to say yes to, because he's going to realize that he can't keep the country going the way it is. As I said, it's not going to happen straight away. It's not going to happen straight away, but it will happen. It will happen. So those are the people who'll say yes to, and they will get their wish. But Rob, that will be the scandal that's always brewing in the background at the moment. Just waiting for that to blow up. Rob is going to get dissed. Rob is going to get cut. Rob is going to have all these swords in his back. It's over for him. But they will be working on a new way forward, on something. They'll be working away on something that will give people a sense of hope. That will give people a sense of hope. Yeah. Okay. Bullying, hope. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. So yeah. Three different peoples. Wow. That none of that was as I expected. None of it. So let's see what people have to say in the chat. What do people have to say in the chat? Yep. Well, yeah. Yes, Brett. I think of Yakety Sack as the Tory theme tune. Shout out to a man like, what's his name? Steve, what's his name? Not Brackley. I can't remember. Batley, Steve Batley. Shout out to a man like him. He pretty much summed it up. You know, these people talk about a bunch of clowns. It's ridiculous. Yep. Let's see. Yes, enlightenment. As you said, older issue coming to light. I think that is quite likely. I definitely see that as one of the themes here. They're going to, or they're beginning to get a clue and recognize that gosh, these cards really wanted to come out bad, didn't it? Goodness me. You know, yeah, they wanted to say that I don't know. I can't remember where was I. I just saw three cards just fell off the top of the deck just as I was, you know, tidying up my cards. And I believe, no, it wasn't that one. It was, no, it wasn't that one. Yes, it was under this one, this one, and that one. Okay. These three cards just jumped out and just landed on the floor. I think these three cards really wanted to jump out. Now, the cards that I had originally decided to finish on was the Ten of Swords, which is the end of a cycle, which really said quite clearly that Dominic Raab was gone. His party would turn on him. The Eight of Coins, which tells me that they're going to be working on something, and the Star, that's supposed to be about hope and stuff like that. But underneath those cards, it would appear, and I'm just going to take it as spirit trying to tell me something, that there's going to be some kind of offer or something, or let me see. Knights are action cards. So I want to say a creative replacement. Someone fire energetic coming forward with gifts, coming forward with fire and energy, coming forward with creativity and escape from difficulty. Oh shit. Really? Is Dominic Raab going to get out of this shit? Is Dominic Raab going to get out of this shit? Hold up, wait a minute. No, man, because that's done. Just when I thought the reading was over, it ain't over. And that's why I knocked over the cards. You know what? I got a weird feeling, man, when I saw this card. When I saw this card, it's like, hold up, wait a minute. Because the way the cards fell off the top of the deck, 3 cards fell off the top of the deck. And I was like, well, Spirit obviously wants me to look at these cards. Somehow, some way, even after all of this goes down, we might not see the last of Ra. He's going to be in the background lurking somewhere, because like the energy is going to change for him in a positive way. Either that, or whatever they're working on with this apprentice card, the energy is going to change. The hope there's going to be some deal with a foreign power, maybe the EU, could be the Northern Ireland protocol. I get here a decision, a contract, a decision. I get here, and that's right under that escaping from difficulty card. And a celebration right under the Wheel of Fortune. Under the 2 of Spears, I have the Fool, which is the beginning of a new cycle and a new journey. Yeah, a contract, an agreement, a decision about an agreement. I don't know what Rob's going to do, but he's going to do something. Somehow this guy gets out of it, and I don't know how the hell he's going to get out of it, but he's going to get out of it. There's going to be some kind of contract or agreement. Maybe he really does get to stay on as Deputy Prime Minister. Something the government are working on. There's the Wheel of Fortune turns, and it turns in a positive way, and there'll be a celebration. and there'll be hard work involved, but it's also the end of a cycle. But it's hard work in a way that's actually positive, I believe. Yeah, it's hard work in a way that's actually positive. And this new journey, this new opportunity from abroad, this, yeah, it's positive. It's actually positive. So it looks like maybe Rob will stay. Maybe Rob will stay after all. Or stay somewhere. He'll stay somewhere. He's not going to be in the Justice Department, but he'll stay somewhere. I think this indicates that he may stay on as Deputy Prime Minister. I think it's quite possible. The decision to stay united, the contract, the coming together. Yeah. Goodness gracious me, I did not expect any of that. Nothing today has turned out in any way, shape, or form the way I expected. Nothing's turned out the way I expected at all. Well, I don't know what to say. Yeah, all about the Benjamins or Charles, well, whatever, man. Yeah, Rishi did not come up at all. My Rishi card is the Emperor, and it did not come up at all. Because let's be honest, Rishi is not the kind of scandal guy. That's not who he is. He doesn't really, I mean, okay, fair enough. He's got his money issues and whatever. That will probably come out later, but right now, no. In fact, I would say that if anything comes out about Rishi that's particularly dangerous, scandal-wise, I think it will probably happen in the second half of the year. I don't think that there'll be like a huge Rishi scandal will come out before June. There might be one that comes out after June, but I don't think there's going to be anything that's going to come out about him personally before June. So, you know, he might come up in another reading, you never know. So what I will do is I will pull an outcome card. Do I need to pull an outcome card? Because really and truly, I pulled quite a few cards, and there was quite a few people in these cards. More people than I anticipated reading on tonight, that's for sure. That is for sure. So what do you think, people? Should I pull an outcome card tonight, or should I just leave it at that? Everyone who thinks I should pull an outcome card, please give me a thumbs up. And everyone who doesn't, just like, I don't know, just put in no. Okay. All right, Brett, I will ask the spirit to tie it in a bow for us. All right, well, that being the case, then if I'm going to use an outcome card, I'd normally use one from my Sacred Destiny deck, but I did use them today for an overview, so I'm not sure if I should use them. Well, I can use it. Okay, I'm going to use it then. All right then. I think Spirit is saying I can use it, so So I'm just going to use it. I would have used one of my other oracle decks, but some of them are very esoteric and about very metaphysical, and maybe a little bit too metaphysical for this kind of reading. So please, Spirit, give me a final outcome for all of this situation, I guess. Actually, maybe that's what I need. You know what? I keep on looking at this deck. This is a new deck that I've got. Gateway of Light Activation. I figured that it might be too metaphysical, but I keep on looking at this deck all the time, so I'm going to use one of these. All right, please give me a final outcome for this reading. Things that we need to ponder as this reading comes to an end. Things that we need to ponder. What messages does Spirit have for us? Please give me a sign. Okay. Just one card. Gonna go for that one. Okay, right. I've got one card. Picked one card. Right. Okay, what's the card? Evolutionary downloads, recalling power and future thinking. Arcturian light codes. Arcturian light codes. Here we go. Yes, Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking. Arcturus is a giant red star that is among the brightest stars seen from the northern hemisphere. It is around 25 times larger than our sun and can be found just beyond the Big Dipper. Many believe that there are light beings living on a blue planet orbiting Arcturus who are in the fifth or even higher dimension. Some think they could be a prototype for what is possible on planet Earth. They are described as blue beings, for when they appear to those who can see them clairvoyantly, they are often blue-skinned or emanating a blue light in their auric field. The Arcturian race are here to help those on Earth who feel called to facilitate healing and to move beyond draconian and patriarchal ways of being. They guide us to realize that we have a great opportunity to evolve beyond these limited states. And if we don't, we'll be stuck on the karmic wheel for thousands of years before we get our next opportunity. Okay, the message is you can evolve into a greater state of being now. This begins with how you approach even the most mundane of tasks in your own little universe. Show up in ways that you've never showed up before. Instead of checking out of this planet, it's time to check in. Instead of feeling that life is happening to you, realize you have a huge part to play. Recall your power. Realize that you are part of the evolution of humanity, and it is time to become the leader you were born to be. It doesn't matter if you're leading yourself or a larger group. The key is to create more loving ways of doing things. Honor the ideas or thoughts that you have been having recently. If you have been hearing high-pitched noises, blah, 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 yes, You are receiving downloads from heaven. Arcturians are with you. I guess this is trying to tell us, the spirit is trying to tell us not to fret over the small stuff. We're going through a period of evolution. We're evolving. We're evolving into a higher dimension. And that we did, instead of trying to distance ourselves from the situations that we see playing out in front of us in the world, in the wider world, with the powerful, and what we see on our TV with the media and the wider community, instead of trying to distance ourselves and not engage in that, we need to recognize we ourselves have a part to play in all of it. And even though as an individual you may be leading no one, you might not be part of any particular group, you're just a person trying to keep food on the table for your family. Even though that's the case, it's not the time to pull back and just say, I'm going to think about number one. It's the time to embrace. It's the time to recognize, even in the smallest way, that we are all connected. We all need each other. And to do our little bit, even in our little garden, just to try and make our tiny piece of the world a little bit more beautiful. We'll encourage others to try and make their little piece of the world a little bit more beautiful. Remember to be kind. Remember to be patient. Remember to have compassion. Even if you can't have empathy, remember to have compassion, both for yourself and for other people. That's what it is about. That's what this is about. So yeah, future thinking. Future thinking. Okay, so with this, I shall bid you all good night. I am 1 hour and 20 minutes. That is too long. I need to get down to an hour, people. This is long, but I covered a lot in this reading. On that note, I'd like to say good morning, good evening, and good night to those watching on the replay. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I wish you a blessed week. I want to say you're blessed and highly favored, my metaphysical beauties. If you would like a reading with me, please contact me via my email, showintheends, the channel name, at gmail.com. I charge 50 for 45-minute reading and 75 for the hour. And I would love to do a reading for you. So please feel free to contact me. I bid you good night. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, and Brett, no, I will not be running for Parliament. I will not subject myself to such a pit of vipers. Thank you. Good night. Oh, crumbs. It always does that. All right, okay.